What's up, everyone? This is just kind of a midweek update for Oklahoma football this week. Usually I would kind of give some predictions of some games this week, but there is no ranked games this week. So, I'm not going to give the OU Kansas prediction either. I'll do that Friday. But I'm not really going to talk predictions. I really want to talk a couple things. One thing is kind of update on press conference. Press conferences that were yesterday. If you don't watch them, I encourage you to go watch them just because they're really interesting. I think they're interesting. But there was a lot of talk on defense, a lot of talk on tackling, and both Alex Grinch and Lincoln Riley are admitting or acknowledging that there is a lot of work to do on the defense, a lot of work to do specifically for the cornerbacks and the safeties. There's also acknowledgments of how many guys we have injured on our secondary. So, I'm anxious to see what Saturday's going to look like, who's going to be back, who's going to be available. But anyway, so we'll, I wasn't surprised to hear him talk about that. It's just interesting that's kind of what everybody was saying after the game on Saturday. And so anyways, the other thing they talked about was the offensive line. And I found this very interesting how Lincoln does not really talk much about Caleb Williams he'll say he does a good job. He played well. He doesn't really give him a lot of props or praise. And so I thought that was interesting. And, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's just because he's a freshman and he wants to keep his, head down and just keep going forward. But it's just interesting to hear him talk about, I brought up offensive line, anytime they asked him a question about how well did Caleb's play, he would bring up, well, he played well, we all played well, the team played well, offensive line played well, so he went back to offensive line. Offensive line did have their best game Saturday, in my opinion, but Caleb Williams played awesome, and I get trying to keep him level-headed, but man, sometimes you got to give props are due. So, anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I have an interesting thought here, and I want you guys, if you're watching this video, write down in the comments if you think this is going to happen, if I'm absolutely just overthinking this or what. But we know Kansas is not a great football team, right? I don't feel like that's disrespectful. I don't feel like that's a slight. I feel like it's just being honest. They're not very good at football, at least right now, and they haven't been in the past. Ideally, or as predicted, we should beat them by at least 40 points. I would say even more. But so let's just play a hypothetical game, okay? I don't feel like it's too far reached. Let's say that first team offense comes out there with Caleb Williams, and we just run the ball because I feel like once we get up a couple touchdowns, we're going to kind of dial down the passing game, and we're just going to run the ball, run the clock out. Let's say we get up 30-0, 30-7, 30-14, 37-14, 38-14. Somewhere in there, we get up 30 some odd points in the first half, or 25 points, whatever it may be. What if Lincoln pulls Caleb Williams? And I was thinking of this. If he pulls Caleb Williams and then Spencer Rattler comes out there in the second half to play, which I want him to get some playing time, just not this year, if that makes sense. That sounds really bad, but I feel like anytime he gets playing time, it's just going to keep this quarterback controversy going, and I'm just like, pick one, stick with one, go. But if you're up 25, 30 points, there's no point in having your starting quarterback in, right? So who's our backup? Spencer Rattler. So what are the odds that Rattler comes in second half and just puts on a phenomenal performance? Granted, it would be against second-string guys, but let's just say that happens. Is there a quarterback controversy? I don't think there should be, but I'm wondering, by the way Lincoln talks about Rattler and how you just get this feeling when he talks about Rattler that Rattler is his preferred choice, like just maybe not on talent or what's best for the team, but just for him, the guy, his first, recruit, 5-star recruit in, quarterback recruit in, the first guy he's really developing, first guy that brought him, his first bowl game. That's the feeling I get when Lincoln talks about him. Will Lincoln try to use that second half to put this idea out there that maybe Rattler is as good as Caleb Williams for our team? I don't think it would be very truthful. I don't think that's true. I'm just interested to see what happens. So I'm going to be a little nervous watching that second half for when Rattler comes out there, because I want him to succeed. But I just know the more he plays and the more he succeeds, the more this quarterback controversy goes on, longer that goes on, I feel like it's more detrimental to our team. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, because this is something that maybe I'm just overthinking this, but I had this thought a couple days ago. I thought, I want to ask everybody that. So what do you think? Do you think anything would happen if Rattler comes out there and plays really well? Let me know in the comments. What you think. What do you think of Lincoln Riley's comments on the TCU game, on Lincoln, on Spencer Rattler, on Caleb Williams? Let me know what you think he's thinking. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We just dropped a new episode on the Divided Duo podcast today. Go check that out on wherever you get your podcasts at. Great episode. And I'll be back Friday with another video giving my prediction for the OU Kansas game. That's going to be it for this video. Boomer Sooner, y'all have a good next couple of days.